Greetings to all viewers. This is Professor Ankit Singh. We'll now move to the next topic, that is construction of cement concrete road. Okay. So the steps that are involved in the construction are as follows: preparation of subgrade, form working, preparation of base, watering of base, formation of joints, material mix and placing, and compaction. Okay. So let us have a look at each of these steps now. Finishing of surface would involve the floating, belting and brooming. Okay. So after the compaction we have finishing of surface, in which floating, belting and brooming, then curing, joint filling and opening to traffic. Okay, so these are the steps. Now the first step is preparation of subgrade. Rolling on the subgrade by roller. Okay, first we need to roll on the existing ground. Filling the granular soil in the weak part and potholes. If there are any weak part, then we need to fill it with soil and again compact, and if there are potholes we need to remove them by filling them and compacting. Okay, correct the soil coat, camber and longitudinal slope. From the subgrade itself we need to start providing the camber and the longitudinal slope. When concrete is directly laid on subgrade, for preventing the water seepage into the soil, waterproof paper is used on the entire length. Okay, if we do not provide any base course in between the concrete and the subgrade, then in that case what we can do is, in order to avoid water seepage, we can provide waterproof paper on the surface of subgrade. Okay, now this is the existing subgrade. Okay, and we do the compaction on this. Next step is formwork. We need to place the formwork. Okay, material for formwork are wooden sheets, battens, plywood, fiber hardboard, steel plates, rope, etc. Before using formwork, it should be free from all type of materials such as dust and cement. Okay, we need to clean the formwork and then use it. The depth of wooden block must be same as level of slab thickness. Okay, so the wooden block that we're using should have the same depth as our design slab thickness of rigid pavement. Okay, after 24 hours formwork is displaced to next length of the road. Okay, so we keep the formwork and we cast in the concrete, then again after 24 hours we remove the formwork and take it to the next length of road. Then we have preparation of base. Choose any one type of base. Okay, so the base course could be either WBM base or it could be a concrete base. In case of WBM base, as base material, WBM roads, stone ballast concrete 10 to 15 centimeter layer is used. For bonding between concrete slab and WBM, 1:2 cement wash on WBM is used. Okay, cement slurry, or you can call it cement wash, is used for the bonding between the WBM and the concrete slab which is to be casted upon it. And if you are using a concrete base on the road, use 10 centimeter cement concrete. Okay, with ratio 1:2:4, or lime concrete with ratio 16:32:64. Okay, granular medium material layer, if you are using this type, then 10 to 15 centimeters of composite layer of either sand, moram, bajri are used for better drainage facilities. Okay, since these are permeable types of soils, so these can be used for better drainage facility. If the water table around the area is at a higher level, or there are chances of seepage of water, then we can use this layer. Then watering of the base. If base is dry, then using the sprinkling process on it properly will be appropriate after the concrete is to be placed. If the base is too dry, then we need to add in some water. Now why are we adding this water? If we do not add the water and on top of it we cast the concrete, then there are chances that the base will absorb the water from the concrete. Okay, and if the water in the concrete is less, then there are chances of cracking. Okay, so in order to avoid that, what we do is we water the base course. Then we need to form joints. Okay, in the rigid pavement we have mainly two types of joints, that are longitudinal and transverse joints. Okay, wherever it is necessary we need to provide them. If double bars and tie bars in joints are provided, bars should be fit at the right position. Okay, as per design we need to fit the tie bars and the double bars. Then we have material mix and placing. Now you mix the concrete material and then you need to place it. So concrete mixer is equipment that mix the concrete using distinct amount of cement, aggregate, sand and water. You just need to add in these raw materials. The mixer will mix them up. Okay. Two types of mixers are used. It could be either a batch mixer or a continuous mixer. Batch mixer at site used for small road construction, and continuous mixer used for larger constructions. Okay. If distance is more from the site, mix concrete transported at the site within the setting time. If the distance is more, then the mixed concrete can also be transported, but we need to keep in mind that it is transported within the setting time of the concrete. Okay, this here is a small batch mixer. Okay, used for small road constructions. Now, while constructing the concrete slabs, there are two methods which can be used. The first one is the alternate bay method and the second one is the continuous bay method. Okay, so what is the alternate bay method? Place the concrete on both sides of the road alternatively, like as 135 part on one side and 246 part on the other side. So consider this as your rigid pavement. Okay, there are two lanes, this is one lane and this is the other lane, and you have marked each slab. Okay, so in the first method, in alternate bay method, what we do is we construct 1, then we construct 3 and then we construct 5, and then later on we construct 2, 4 and 6. Okay, so this is known as alternate bay method. Now this here is a slow process and obstruction to road users is cost. Okay, because whenever the construction of these two lanes is taking place, at that time no road user can use this road. Okay, since only alternate bays are being constructed. Okay, so there are gaps in between now, therefore it cannot be used or it is not open to traffic during construction. The second type is continuous bay method. In this, construct one side of road regularly, and if completed some part of the first side, then construct the other side. So in this, what we do is we construct one side or one lane at the first, then we move to the second lane. Okay, this is a fast process and no obstruction to traffic, as since one lane would be constructed, we can allow traffic on this lane, then later on we can construct the other lane. Okay, then we have compaction of concrete. The purpose of compaction is that to pull out the air from voids and make concrete hard. Okay, to make it dense in order to attain its compressive strength. So compaction is done by either mechanically using a surface vibrator or manually using hand tampers. Okay, then we have the finishing of the surface. We need to finish the surface evenly and smooth. Okay, so in this we have floating, belting and brooming operations. In floating, for leveling the surface floating, power trowel is used. Okay, so we use the power trowel in order to level the surface. There should be no undulations. Okay, then we have belting. For making surface clean, belting process is used. Belt is nothing but 15 to 30 centimeter thick sheets of canvas which have more length than the road. Okay, so these canvas sheets are just moved along the length of the road. Okay, then we have the brooming. Brooming is the process in which we make a rough surface parallel to the road by brush. Okay, by brushing we make the surface rough, okay, in order to provide some friction, okay, because we need the friction in order to avoid skidding. Hence we need to perform the brushing operation. Then since this is concrete, we need curing time. So in next curing is the name of increasing the hydration process of the cement. After setting the concrete, curing process is done for 14 to 28 days. Okay, so we only allow the road, we open the road for traffic after 28 days. Okay, some methods of curing are covering with hessian or gunny bags, sprinkling of water, by ponding, by membrane curing, or by steam curing. These are different types of curing techniques that we can use. Okay, this here is a method of ponding. Then we need to fill the joints. Okay, since we have created the joints, we cannot leave them open. We need to fill them with some filler material. After drying the road, clean the joints and fill the shelling compound or hot bitumen into that joint. Then we have opening to traffic. Generally after a month, okay, that is after 28 days, a road should be open to the traffic. If used rapid hardening cement, it takes about 7 days to open to traffic. Okay, so this is it for construction of rigid pavements. I'll start with the next topic in my next class. Thank you.